Yes, sir.
Yes, moving.
It's moving?
Yes, moving.
Okay. Namaste to all. Om Namo Dhanvantare Namaha. So I would like to thank organizers for giving me this beautiful opportunity to share a few of information which I have, and it may be useful to all the people who is attending this webinar. I would like to acknowledge and thank Vishwayurveda Parishad, especially Drvayguna sector, and Anil Shukla sir, Shraddha, Dr. Meena, Dr. Vinayak Bhatt, and all the members of IDEA, that is International Drvayguna Experts Association is there, and many of my friends. Thank you for joining this webinar. Um, you know, today's topic is a little needs to be discussed because I can say it is a little hot topic. The temperature is again soaring everywhere throughout India, and syllabus is also a little hot. I would like to thank the NCISM for giving me an opportunity to be a part of syllabus committee and be a member among 8 members. And it's all like we all tried our level best to frame a syllabus which may be, significantly improving the values of subject Drvaygun, and maybe whatever the knowledge which is expected for a Drvayguna scholar, or who may be completing their BMS only, but what he has to know within a framework, we tried our level best. And I should be lucky to be a member of it. And in today's webinar, I would like to throw some inputs regarding the various points which are mentioned in syllabus as such, and also I'll be focusing mainly on the practical part. So, like when I discussed with a few of my friends of Drvayguna, they wanted a little bit more information regarding the practical part. So, but I just go through very quickly regarding the theory aspects. Let us begin the session. See, you can just go through the course learning outcomes. So it's a huge syllabus content which is given to all the subjects. Like even in Drvayguna also, 80 pages of all the details regarding what has to be done, what is the blueprint, regarding examinations, regarding different activities, lecture activity, non-lecture activity. All those things are given in that. I think one who thoroughly go through the those information, I think it would always help them to understand what is the purpose, and what the student is going to get after the completion of the course as such. So the course learning outcomes which is given in that syllabus, where the very first learning outcome CO1 is demonstrate the application of principles of Drvayguna in clinical practice. So here whole intention was to make the subject Drvayguna as clinically important and significant subject. So that was very important thing which we thought at the beginning itself. Then analyze and justify the fundamental principles of Drvayguna in relevance to contemporary science. It's always important to understand. Maybe we have to take certain other contemporary science information also to understand our concept better. Then analyze and interpret Rasa Panchaka of Dravya with their application in clinical practice. No doubt. So Drvayguna has got very good, beautiful fundamental principles. What we say, Dravya, Rasaguna, Virivipaka, and all remaining concepts are very, very important. And we have to understand it better. And we need to understand and we have to interpret in such a way that how can it be applied in clinical practice, and that has to be passed to the students and interrelate the knowledge on karma, that is pharmacological actions, all those things, like with the contemporary clinical, like whatever pharmacology explanations are there, we need to learn it. Then uh, fifth course outcome is demonstrate and justify the ability to select the specific dravyas, precious Bheshja, with different dosage forms in different clinical conditions. I think it is a challenge for all the people who is practicing, because no two cases are similar always. We need to think differently and we need to go deep into the subject. Then we have to analyze, okay, what may be the causative factor, or what may be the manifestation which has happened. So considering all those things, we may need to select specific dravya in given conditions. That's why, like, we have several medicinal plants which are explained very well in our classical text, but which can be used at what time has to be understood properly. So that is one of the very important purpose. For example, like applying Bhalataka inertias, or applying Kutaja inertias, all those things we need to be specifically, we have to give it to the students. Then demonstrate knowledge of quality control methods of drug, because this is a serious issue which we are facing at present. Like uh, in the, like, Ayurveda is getting a lot of name and fame throughout the world. Like globalization of Ayurveda, we are always talking about. But are we ready to face the challenge? That is very important. Uh, I request the participant to please mute yourself, uh, because I think it is disturbing. Thank you. Demonstrate knowledge of quality control methods of drug. Here, like, QC is very important. Whatever the formulations which we prepare, so it should possess the falashruti or qualities which has to be there in that particular formulations, and whatever the falashruti is set for that formulations should be achieved once we prescribe the formulations to the patients. So that's why it's very important to maintain quality control of the raw material, and also like maybe preparation also. So at every step, maintaining the quality is very very important. So we have to have certain quality control like methods, and all those information has to be there for a Ayurvedic practitioner. Then demonstrate knowledge and skills about apamishrana. This is again a very big problem which we are facing. uh, there are several drugs which we may not get in required quantity. So, and even there are other aspects also. I'm not going in detail about all those things, but apamishrana is very rampant nowadays. That's why we may not be able to get 100% results from the formulations which we prescribe to the patients. That is a bigger problem which we are facing. That's why if we are able to identify what is being adulterated, I think that will help to improve the standards of Ayurveda. And no doubt we need to have certain information regarding abhava pratinidhi dravya, that is substitutes, because dashamula itself, uh, few of the plants among dashamula is already included under red, that is red endangered threatened medicinal plants. Maybe in near future we may have to struggle lot to get the raw material of dashamula. So that's why we need to be prepared what can be used, provided logically and legally what can be added in the place of original drug, that can also thought of. Then ideal drug is very important, and plant extracts. What is the importance of this plant extract here is, like, uh, as globalization is there, we need to reach other countries also. Like, it may not be possible for us to give in a particular form. That's why we need to look for other dosage forms, so in which, without altering the chemical constants, can we prepare certain dosage forms. All those things have to be given to the students. So when we give all those things, they'll have multiple opportunities also, and also, like, they can also have confidence to practice. So they will not have any doubt in future, like if this drug is not available, what has to be done, and how to maintain the standards in my clinical practice. All those things can be given to the students. Then identify the medicinal plants and orient about conservation, cultivation, sustainable utilization, and pharmacovigilance. Again, this is a very, very important part. As I mentioned, RET, that is red ending threatened medicinal plants. The list is going, it is increasing day by day. That's why it is very important for us to conserve the medicinal plants. So what has to be done for conservation purpose, and different cultivation techniques, like it is may not be possible for everybody to cultivate in larger scale, but who is really interested in cultivation, so we can just give important some information to those, and we can encourage them for cultivation, so that definitely contributes to the herbal industry of Ayurveda. Then we have to encourage for sustainable utilization. So what is the important thing here is, like, see, if we use a formulation which is having more than 45 50 ingredients in it, so instead of that, if it is possible for us to use a formulation which is having only few, like 4 to 5 ingredients, I think this is a very good contribution. So definitely it is going to save so many medicinal plants in future. That definitely help us to practice Ayurveda for longer time. Then pharmacovigilance, again, this is a very newer thing can be adopted in Ayurveda, where because of expectations, many people who are visiting Ayurveda, they want quicker results. So for that, the doctor also may be influenced to do some, to alter his protocol of treatment. So it may end up in certain harmful effects and all. So that has to be recorded. It is like not discouraging anybody. So if we record all those details, and if it is made public, and if it is known to many Ayurvedic practitioners, they can avoid such things. Then the last one, which is ninth one, is demonstrate fundamental principles of applied pharmacology, like where this particular principles can be applied, like maybe Mishraka Vargikarana, what happens with the grouping of the medicinal plants, all those things are to be given to the students. So here, like course learning outcome, this is with, like, it's made a package so that it covers all the areas. That was the purpose. Then coming on to the whole syllabus here, total number of teaching hours, it is 400 hours. Everybody is aware about it. And lecture hours are 150. It was reduced from 200 to 150. So paper 1 75, paper 2 75 hours, and non-lecture hours are increased. It was 200 earlier, it is made 250, where non-lecture hours pertaining to the paper, it is 75, 36 and 39 and 36, totally it is made as 75. Then non-lecture hours practical, 175 hours. So like that, 250 hours, it is like framed like 250 hours of non-lecture hours and 150 hours of lecture hours for paper 1 and paper 2. And one very important thing which I would like to mention here is, at the first page only it is given in the syllabus. This syllabus holds good for 5 years, and also it may be noted that, so if any amendment has to be made before 5 years also, so that is permitted. That is given in the first page only, as you might have gone through. And in case of difficulty, it's very clearly mentioned that in case of difficulty and questions regarding the curriculum, you need to write to the mail which is given here, that is curriculum.imp@ncismindia.org. I think if you have any queries, you can directly mail to the particular email ID. So I would like to talk little about the theory part. So theory part, as we have not changed much there, but certain new topics are added and certain new things are added. like when it comes to first few chapters like Dravya, Rasa, Guna, Virya, Vipaka, Prabhava, and Karma. So where clinical applications and research updates are to be told when we are taking the classes. So that means like application part is given little bit more importance, and also like previous syllabus we're not in like given like pradhanyata, all those things which may have little controversy. So we have tried to reduce the controversy. That is the issue. There is nothing else. And when it comes to Charakukta Dashemani, we have given a little bit extra over there because we all know, we are all in clinical practice. We know like selection of particular drug. It's very important for us to select particular drug in the given condition. So 50 Mahakashaya Vargas, which are given by Acharya Charaka, it's a ready reckoner for us. And it's a clinically it is very good contribution which is given by Acharya Charaka. So that is given a little bit more extra hour. That 12 hours we have dedicated to Charakokta Dashemani, and we need to encourage the students to know more about those Dashemanis, and even if they are interested, they can by heart all the Vargas if possible, or whichever they feel which is important and which is most useful to their clinical practice. So that can be a by heart. Definitely, it is going to be used in the class.
Dr. Sandeep, please mute. Dr. Sandeep.
Uh, quite disturbing. It's okay, no problem. All the Charakukta Dashamanis, if the students they are by hearting, whenever they need, they can remember that. Because you see, it is not possible to get all the drugs all the time. So Acharya Charaka has given 10 options for us. So we can select particular drug, or you can improve or increase the potency of formulation by adding all the drugs, like all the 10 drugs are. So it's all depending on your skills, so that whether to use one particular drug or not, like that you can plan. And next we have added few new topics like Vrikshayurveda, which was not there in an earlier syllabus. So Vrikshayurveda, I think all of you believe that it is very good book which has got so many things regarding uh, Ayurveda, especially like cultivation of medicinal plants. What are the different parts which are used? All those things are like how to protect the medicinal plants. Everything is explained in Vrikshayurveda. So it is a short and sweet book. That's why it has been added. And one more thing is Vedic taxonomy, because we need to know our like our history, where how many medicinal plants which were in use, and like for what purpose those things were used. Everything is there actually. In a nutshell, it has to be transferred to the students. Then we have added bioinformatics, new trend which is there, and also we have added network pharmacology. Maybe these two topics are quite difficult because we are not expert in that. So maybe we have to approach the concerned person who is working. They are the expert in network pharmacology and bioinformations. In all those areas, we need to know. That's it. Like why this has been added? One logic maybe. See, Triphala in combination, it is not only specifically said for one particular condition. Like Triphala we commonly use for Vibandha or constipation. The same Triphala can be used in several conditions. So what is the thing which is happening? What are the different aspects which are there in this particular combination? Because we all know that Triphala is boon for Ayurveda. So whatever their conditions are there, Triphala, at least at last, Triphala will be useful. So such things we need to know. That's why that topic is being added. And when it comes to the second paper, Beshajavacharani Adhyaya, that was added. That first chapter is Beshajavacharani Adhyaya. So intention of adding this Beshajavacharani Adhyaya was Like it's not enough. Like which medicine in which condition. Like there are other influencing factors also. Like what are the Aushadha parikshas has to be done. What is the prakriti, and what are the different seasons which are having that particular influence on particular drug, and different seasons what medicines can be given. All those things are beautifully explained in Ashtanga Hridaya Beshjavacharana Nidhyaya, that is 23rd chapter of Sutrasthana. So that's why it has been added. So like 5 hours, even non-lecture hours is given there. So you can involve the students to have certain activities so that they can understand various concepts which are explained in Beshjavacharana here. That was the purpose. And definitely, if a student who understand the concepts which are there in Vaishjavacharanya, I think they'll be very good practitioners. And followed by 97 drugs. And this is a question asked by many, why the number is reduced. So being
The slides are not moving.
no, I have not moved it.
Okay.
This is a practical
Okay.
topic. So 97 drugs are added. We have reduced, like some 10 years back we have studied around 370 drugs, then it was reduced to 248 drugs, now it is 97. The very purpose here is, it is not to weaken the Drvayguna at all. Like whatever the drugs which we are learning, no, we should learn it better. That is the purpose. Because the whole 1.5 year uh, bombarding with the drugs may not help the students, so they may not understand all the things pertaining to particular drug. So if we reduce and we go in detail, especially when it comes to the medicinal plant, which is the useful part, which are the conditions like therapeutic administrations which can be done, like the Ameka Prayoga, that part is given more importance. Like useful part, Rasapanchaka, the karmas, maybe dosha karma or dhatu karma, and the rogagnata and therapeutic administration are given much importance, followed by research updates and formulations. If the student is perfect in this area, I think definitely he is going to use it in clinical practice. One work we did is like we have done a survey, like 5 region. One is North region, East region, South region, West region, and Central region. We have contacted several practitioners and academicians. So, what are the common drugs which are used by them, and which is commonly available? We have gathered some informations uh, in that regard, and finally we came to a conclusion. Okay, this can be. That doesn't mean that anybody can restrict to this. These 97 drugs are very important, like very user friendly, and it's commonly available, not much controversial. So that's why we have added 97 drugs. And naturally, who is perceiving their post graduation, definitely they can extend, because there are many drugs which are mentioned in Ayurveda Pharmacopoeia of India. And also Prakasha is the book, authentic book, where number of drugs are mentioned, so that can be referred. This is the only purpose, like making the students to understand the drug better, that is medicinal plant better, and that can be used by them. So all the things like color, therapeutic use means kalpana, uh, dose, and which form it is used, how to apply it in chikitsa, all those things has to be given to the students. So that can be observed in clinical science. And that was the purpose. So that was regarding the theory part. Now coming on to the practical part. So here in the practical part, earlier what we used to do was like macroscopic and microscopic study of 20 drugs which were there in the syllabus, and we used to go to garden for identifying the medicinal plant, maybe one or two outside academic trip or field visit we used to do. But now there is drastic change which I feel in the practical syllabus. And then again, whole idea is, as we have learned about learning outcomes, uh, to make a student confident in his clinical practice, and he can choose his own discipline in future. Like without doing post graduation also, we should encourage the students to practice Ayurveda medicine. So that was the purpose. So like we have several concepts. Unless we give proof, uh, like nowadays students are very smart, and always they question like, what is the proof? Like, how we can say? To say something, we always need to produce certain proof. Otherwise, nobody will believe it. That's why to develop certain evidences, can it be understand in the, this form, like that we thought actually, and lot of discussions were done, and the common concepts which are always confusing was Panchabhutika theory. We know, like we always say, Sarvam Dravayam Panchabhutikam Asminarte. We always say that. But what is the proof? Like, where is the proof that to say that oh, this Dravya is having this particular Mahabhuta? Actually, we don't have. Our acharyas have explained it, like this particular guna is there in Parthiva, like that they have explained very beautifully. But how to establish that? So we need certain objective parametric tests. So that's what we thought actually. This is always hypothesized. Like we can't say directly, okay, this is this, but it is an effort to develop certain evidence regarding Panchabhutika theory. So when it comes to first one, that is Parthivatva, that is assessment and understanding the relation between Parthivatva and subjective objective parametric test. Two tests are, of course, there are many other tests can be brought into the ambit of this, but only two, because again, in the given time, students should not get much confused. If we give a lot of things, they may have certain confusions, what has to be done, how to understand all those things, and they may feel it is so huge syllabus, then leave it. So it should not be. And to make them like interested in this aspect, only two are kept, that is density, that is bulk density, and specific gravity, solid. So options are given to the teachers. It is not compulsory that the drugs which are mentioned here only it has to be used, like Asti Shrinkhala, Sariva, Vidari, Maricha, Shatavari, Jambu, Godhuma, and Ushira are given. So you have a liberty to give the example, other examples also. Ultimate thing is you have to able to show it to the student. Okay, this is why this. And the bulk density here, why it has been included under Parthivatva is, so the principle of bulk density is, the bulk density of a powder is the ratio of the mass of a powder sample to its volume, including the contribution of the interparticulate void volume. Hence, the bulk density depends on both the density of powder particles and in particular of the voids in the spatial arrangement of particles in the powder bed. This is the principle. So what hypothesis can be thought of? There are again well-established method for identifying bulk density. I'm not going in detail about it. Why it is being included in that? I'm just mentioning here. What may be the hypothesis here is, see, Parthiva Dravya may occupy less volume, hence bulk density may be more in Parthiva Dravyas as compared to other Mahabhuta Dravya. That is why this has been added. Again, whatever the methods or models, the experimental explanation is given. Again, it is, we can discuss it. It's open for discussion, but it can be tried to develop certain evidence when it comes to Pancha of any Dravya. That's why bulk density is added. Then coming on to the second experiment, that is specific gravity solid. So here the principle is, specific gravity for solid is the relative weight of a solid compared to that of the weight of an equal volume of purified water. This is the principle. Can be understood that lower the density of the raw drug, lesser will be its specific gravity compared to water. So while if the raw drug is denser or heavier than water, then the specific gravity will be more than water, that is more than 1. So 1 is marker or parameter here. So what is the hypothesis? The specific gravity may be more in Parthiva Dravyas as compared to other Mahabhuta Dravyas. So this is the hypothesis. That's how it's been added under Parthivatva. Then coming on to the assessment and understanding the relation between Jaliyatva and subjective or objective parametric test. So here 3 experiments are included, and the drugs which are given as an example, again it is not compulsory that you have to use only these drugs. You can use other drugs also, and you can establish the evidence. There is no issue. And the 3 experiments were viscosity, specific gravity, moisture content. And what is the logic to add these 3 experiments here? Coming on to the first one, that is viscosity. The principle of this experiment here is viscosity is a property of a liquid. It is closely related to the resistance to flow. Okay, a liquid may be considered to be constituting of molecular layers arranged one over the other. So here hypothesis can be viscosity and Jaliyatva may be inversely proportional, and hence it may be hypothesized that Jaliyatva decreases with increasing viscosity. This may be the hypothesis. Then coming on to the specific gravity liquid. So here the principle is the specific gravity of a liquid is the weight of a given volume of that substance at the stated temperature as compared with the weight of an equal volume of water at the same temperature. Okay, what is the hypothesis here? The specific gravity of a raw drug increases, it could have less Jaliyatva. Okay, so if the specific gravity increases, it is less Jaliyatva. This can be the hypothesis. Then moving on to the third one, that is moisture content. I think this is very easy. The very principle here is determining the amount of volatile matter, that is water drying off from the drug. Okay, not necessarily only volatile oil here, water drying off the off from the drug. So what is the hypothesis here is higher the moisture content, more could be the Jaliyatva in the raw drug. So this is probably these 3 experiments definitely gives us a clue, okay, whether the drug is having Jaliyatva or not. Moving on to the third Mahabhuta, that is Agneyatva. Here 2 experiments are included. One is pH and the one is moisture content. So the drugs which are given as an example here are Shunti, Shatavari, Maricha Dhataki, Chitraka, Gokshura, Hingu and Chandana. Coming on to the pH here, the principle of pH is the pH value of an aqueous liquid may be defined as the common logarithm of the reciprocal of the hydrogen ion concentration expressed in gram per liter. This is the principle. So which provides a useful practical means for quantitative indication of the acidity or alkalinity of a solution. So this is the outcome, like we can say whether it is alkaline or acidic. So what can be the hypothesis here is higher the acidity and alkalinity of the raw drug, higher could be its Agneyatva. This is the hypothesis which we can think. And one more is moisture content. Again Agneyatva, where moisture content definitely it is less. Coming on to the fourth Mahabhuta, that is Vayu Mahabhuta. So here 3 experiments are kept. They are fat content, specific gravity and bulk density. So the drugs which can be used as an example are Ushira, Ashwagandha, Nimba, Bidari, Khadira, Tila, Jambu and Kapikachu. Okay, so coming on to the fat content, it is to know what is the amount of fat which is there. There again very established methodology is there. So to identify, to know the fat content, like by using petroleum ether extract and all. So what may be the hypothesis here is higher the fat content in the raw drug, it can be lesser Vayavatva. Okay. Then when it comes to specific gravity, which I have already explained, the hypothesis may be specific gravity of Vayavatva Dravya may be lesser when compared to Parthivatva Dravya. So this is the hypothesis. Then coming on to the bulk density, again the methodology and the principle I have already mentioned. So hypothesis when it comes to Vayavatva, maybe Vayaviva Dravya may occupy larger volume leading to lesser bulk density when compared to Parthiva Dravya. Okay, so this can be the hypothesis definitely, or maybe we can establish Vayavatva of any particular drug with this experiment. Coming on to the last Mahabhuta, that is Akashiya, that is Akasha Mahabhuta. So here only one experiment is kept. Of course, you all understand that it is only to develop certain evidence. Okay, there may be other methodologies also that can be performed. Definitely, it is not limited to only one density of bulk here. You can definitely conduct other experiments also. Drugs to study for Akashiyatva. Here, the examples given are Ushira, Kumari, Apamarga, Tirak, and Jatamansi. Of course, you can use other drugs also. What is the hypothesis here is bulk density of Akashiya Dravya may be lesser when compared to other Mahabhuta Dravya, especially Vayuviya Dravya. So these are the experiments which are included under Pancha Mahabhuta concept. So as I said in the beginning, they are the only few experiments which we can develop certain evidences. Definitely we can include other experiments also, and we can establish certain evidences when it comes to Panchamahaputika theory of Ayurveda. Then move on to the next concept, that is gunas. Gunas are very important concepts which are studied in Drvayguna. Like we have Sharirika gunas, we have Manasika gunas, Adhyatmika gunas, and Artha gunas and Paradi gunas. Like when it comes to Guru and Lagu guna, like how to understand. So we say like it's a Brahmanesha, Karmani Shakti is a Guru. That is beautiful explanation. That is 100% correct. But how to establish a drug is Guru? So unless we administer Guru, I think will not be able to understand. It is not the weight of anything which may have its final conclusion to say whether it is Guru or not, right? So like karma definitely help us to say whether Dravya is having Guru Guna or not. Like Langane Lagu, all those things we have studied. But what is the parameter? Like, how can we understand it? As I said in the beginning, like it is very important to give certain proof. Otherwise, nobody will believe us. So here, two important practicals can be conducted. One is bulk density. Another one is specific gravity, liquid and solid. The drugs which can be studied are under Guru, Shatavari and Bala. Again, options are there. For Lagu, Yava and Dhanyaka. So what is the hypothesis when it comes to bulk density here is, so the hypothesis is the bulk density of Lagu Dravya may be lesser when compared to other Guru Dravyas. This can be the hypothesis. Then specific gravity is solid. Specific gravity solid may be directly proportional to Guru Guna. That means specific gravity may be more in Dravya processing Guru Guna when compared to Lagu Guna Dravya. This can be the hypothesis. Then when it comes to specific gravity liquid here, the hypothesis may be specific gravity liquid may be directly proportional to Guru Guna. That means specific gravity may be more in Dravya possessing Guru Guna when compared to Lagu Guna. So when it comes to specific gravity, both liquid and solid, Guru Guna should have more and Lagu Guna will have less value. Then coming on to the other two guna like Snigdha and Ruksha gunas, the objective parameter can be established with total fat content, moisture content, and swelling index. The examples for Snigdha, they are Tila and Erenda. For Ruksha, you can take Kulatha and Bidanga. Coming on to the hypothesis of total fat content, here total fat content may be directly proportional to Snigdha guna. That means total fat may be more in Dravya possessing Snigdha guna when compared to Ruksha guna Dravya. Then coming on to the moisture content. So the hypothesis may be moisture content may be directly proportional to the Snigdha guna. That means that moisture may be more in Dravya possessing Snigdha guna when compared to Laghu guna yukta Dravya. This can be the hypothesis. This we can show it to the student. Then coming on to the swelling index. Swelling index may be directly proportional to the Snigdha guna. That means swelling index may be more in Dravya possessing Snigdha guna when compared to Ruksha guna Dravya. So this is the debatable topic actually. Many have questioned, like once there is already water content is more, like how it can increase in size. And when there is like Ruksha guna is there already, like it is dry, so it can absorb more water content. But when we do experiment with Plantago ovalta, we can just see it is Snigdha, but it becomes so swollen once you keep in water. So that can be the example to say. Then coming on to the next experiment, which is there in the syllabus, that is assessment of rasa based on classical symptoms for each rasa dravyas. Even the format, record format is shared in the NCISM portal. But you can also develop your own format also. Like we can take the examples of various dravyas for each rasa yukta dravyas, maybe Madhura rasa. It is option is yours. Like you can take any dravya which is possessing particular rasa, and definitely you can compile all the lakshanas which are said for the particular rasa by Acharya Charaka, Sushruta, or even Vagbhata. You can compile all those things and you can ask the students to select or what they have felt. So definitely you can develop certain evidences regarding particular rasa. So maximum ticks or the lakshanas which are possessed or the students feel, you can say, okay, you can come to a conclusion that okay, this particular survey is having this particular rasa. Okay, that can be, it is quite easy, but maybe it requires little bit more time to conduct this experiment, but this is very, very useful. Coming on to the next practicals which are there is organoleptic examinations, like comparative organoleptic, that is for taste, color, smell, sound, touch, and microscopic examination for size, shape, fracture, external markings, like lenticels, ridges, etc. Here following means I have not enlisted it, but you have got all the listed drugs. Like under root we have all the common drugs like Yashtimadu, Musta, all those things are added under root. Even all the useful parts are given there: leaf, bark, rhizome, fruit, seed, galls. Everything is given in the syllabus. Again, it may not be possible to remember everything in a class. If a student misses a class, again he will forget. He will not be picking up the things which are dealt in those particular practicals. So we may have to repeat it again and again, and we can conduct mock tests also. Like in particular one class for 30 minutes, root identification. In one class, bark identification. In one class, fruit identification. Such things can be done, but it needs repeated, practice also to remember particular feature, macroscopical feature of particular drug. Maybe time consuming, but it is very, very important. So one thing which we have taken care here is all the given examples are there from the second paper. So like second paper, there are 97 drugs which are mentioned. Among them, 50 odd drugs are added for macroscopic examination. One advantage will be like when you are conducting practical examination or viva and all. So once you give complete picture of these uh, macroscopic features of particular drug, I think it helps the students to identify the drug, and they'll be very confident in identification also. Then coming on to the microscopic features, here the drastic change is done. That earlier, as I said, like 20 practicals were there, including Madhu and Grata, where we were not conducting any microscopic features. But remaining 18, we used to conduct microscopic features of the drugs which were enlisted. But that's been reduced to only like 2 samples now. So here it is in relation to the adulteration which is being done. Like when we go to certain markets for particular drug, maybe Ashoka or anything like that, we may get different raw material. So like to develop that research, you know, interest among the students, they have been exposed with this practicals, like microscopic identification of genuine and adulterated minimum 2 samples. And again, you can extend, there is no limit, minimum one has to do 2 samples. So you can select root, stem, leaf, bark, fruits. The example given here are Sariva, Mundishta, Vidanga, Maricha, Ashoka. Like Maricha and Ashoka, very commonly you can do it because Maricha, which is commonly adulterated with papaya seeds, and Ashoka, you all know that even though Ashoka Arista is very commonly available, but we are not sure that whether the Ashoka, original Ashoka is there in that particular Ashoka Arista or not. It is really questionable thing, but we need to develop certain mechanism to identify this. Like polyalkyl longifolia can be taken as an adulterant in this context. You know, Shoria robusta is a substitute there. So here, what is the adulterant, what is the substitute, you can identify and you can show it to the students. Like microscopically, what are the different features which are present in particular drug? What are the features of original or genuine drug? What are the features of adulterated drug? What is the difference? Like how can you rule out the adulteration? All those things can be explained to the students. Then coming on to the all important Ekala Dravya Prayoga, there are 2 things, options are given here. One is you can directly go to the ward and you can show it to the students, like demonstration of selecting appropriate Ekala Dravya as per clinical conditions. You can directly go to, and this is need of the hour actually. So earlier what we used to do is only we used to conduct the practical in our lab, like only microscopical features, and like certain teachers, they used to teach all the botany, only botany, like how the different modifications of roots were there and all those things. That is needed for identification. No, there is nothing to say like that, but we need to extend the knowledge to other, because after all we are all clinicians. We are not limited to only lab. So we need to explain to the students that okay, this particular drug is given, this is the effect, because there are one particular format is already given, shared in NCISM portal, that what can be the minimum things which are to be there in a case sheet, how you can record the Ekala Dravya Prayoga, all those things are there in it. But the first option is always good. Like you need to take to the patient, and in front of the patients only, you need to explain. So you can improve the confidence level of the students, because when they see practically, okay, this is the outcome by this treatment, and definitely they'll adopt in their clinical practice. So this is the purpose. And if there are no much patients by chance, then you can create a masked case sheets, right? Still we are facing lot of issues. because in many college which we have heard that they are not given OPDs. They're not given access to the wards also. So if that is the condition, definitely you can go for other option. That is, you can create a masked case sheets, and you have to, give it to the students, and you should encourage them to go for particular drug in the given conditions. That can be done. But being a Drvayguna teacher, I would like to request everybody here to have their own OPD. We should not leave it, because we can't say like we belong to non-clinical subjects. That is not correct at all, in my opinion. So we need to show like how Drvayguna person can practice very well, how it can be like how you can adopt all those concepts of Drvayguna effectively in clinical practice. We need to show this is an option. So when we take the students to the ward, so where we can definitely give proof also to the students, these things can be done like that. I think this is must, and I would like to request personally also to give more importance to this part, that is clinical application of the knowledge of Drvaygun. Then coming on to the other practicals, like physico-chemical study of medicinal plants. So here, this is also part of identification. So foreign matter, loss on drying, ash value, extracts and all these can be given. Here only like 2 drugs are can be done, and the purpose of adding this, because when they come to PG they all perform all these things, but many of the time this practical is not done in UG level. So to have an exposure, so this practical is been added, like foreign matter. It's not that difficult. Anybody can do it in their lab. So that's why these 4 things are added, and even extract is very important because extract has become a business nowadays. Everybody is looking for like establishing their practice or their field. That's why making extract and also marketing it is also very, very important area. So you can also give information to the students. Then coming on to the next one, that is phytochemical study. So you can conduct preliminary phytochemical study of medicinal plant. Minimum 2 drugs has to be done, because one particular drug only you are limiting means it may show positivity, and the student may not understand what is negative and all. So when they conduct the practical themselves, they can definitely see the difference, which is positive, which is negative. So it can be conducted in the laboratory level also. And one TLC technique, that is very simple TLC, thin layer chromatographic technique, can be practiced at laboratory level. It's a very simple procedure. So that can be done. So once, let's see, when they are going through certain articles and all, they'll be getting information regarding HPLC, HPTLC, all the GCMS, all those things. They're commonly getting the words when they are going through the articles, and commonly spoken words. So once they are exposed to such techniques, they'll be having minimum idea. Okay, this is what TLC is. This is what HPLC is, like that. And other few things which are mentioned in the practicals are like demonstration of skills to identify the medicinal plants in the college garden. Here, out campus visit is also there. Like you can go to other gardens, because only to see that different flora. Like our college garden, we might have created garden by like planting all those things. What is the natural flora? Everything has to be shown. Like in situ plant demonstration has to be shown. And in out campus visit also, you can take various labs where they are conducting tissue cultures, or where they are excuse me, and request the person to
Dr. Ramesh, Dr. Ramesh, please mute yourself.
thank you. And what we can explain in those laboratories, like tissue culture techniques, DNA fingerprinting, herbarium techniques, all those things can be explained to the students. At least the students should have certain exposure to all those techniques. That is the purpose of adding out campus visit. So it is cultivated gardens, in situ plant demonstration, and other facilities. And one more new thing which has been added, as like I said, Trifala, I gave an example, exercise on network pharmacology. Here we need the help of experts. Maybe we can take to certain organizations where all these things are conducted. It is only to have exposure to the students, like what are the different activities which are there in this network pharmacology, like different codes, like impact, like all those things are given in this, like first activity, identification, data mining, target identification, identification of disease, then geo enhancement, network construction, all those things are there. So this is a present trend which are there actually. So when you are establishing a drug, if you are adopting all these techniques, so definitely you can develop certain evidences. Like there are few organizations like FRLST and all, they are doing very good work in the field of network pharmacology. Maybe like definitely we are not expert of it, but there are experts in different organizations. We have to take the students to that particular organization, and we have to give them an exposure. Again, this is the talk actually why there is only digital herbarium. The conservation was kept in the mind. That was the thing. And there are many colleges which are there in metros or bigger cities, where they may not be able to have a bigger garden or like that. So what the students used to do many a times is, not all the students, many a times they used to collect the samples from their own garden or from terrace garden or from pots and all. To avoid such conditions, this has been added. But again, the teacher who thinks, okay, there is a requirement of herbarium, they can advise or they can encourage the students to do few herbariums only physically. But digital herbarium we have limited to minimum 10. It can be more than that also. So one thing is geotagged photos has to be given, because we should ensure that they have seen the plant and they have collected the photo from the location, which can be traced with the geotag photos. And as we are taking them to compulsorily for field visits, there we can encourage the students to go for photos, like geotag photos. This can be done. And here one thing we have to ensure that all the parts of the plant has to be there in that particular um, drug. That is made compulsory. That is regarding practical aspects. Let me go through very quickly, because I think another 19 minutes remaining. I just go through quickly, only 5-6 slides I just discussed, because I need to give time for discussion. So the activities are also added in the syllabus. That is a new thing. That is NLH, non-lecture hour. Various activities are mentioned. Again, one thing, please keep in your mind that it is not compulsory that you have to do only this activity. The options are there for the teachers to adopt different techniques, so that effectively you will ensure the students are learning the concept better. That is the thing. Okay, so you can go for group activities. Like for example, assignments are to be given to the students to prepare 2 to 3 flash cards on importance of Drvaygun Vijnana in clinical practice. So this can be an activity in one non-lecture hours. Then you can ask them for segregation of dry drugs based on Panchabhautika characters. Then you can classify live plant based on Panchabhautika characters in the garden. Then you can conduct quiz, like based on classification of dravyas or any other concept. Then brainstorming activity, like you can ask them to go through the samhitas instead of textbooks. You can ask them to go for samhitas. From samhitas, they can directly pick the information. Uh, then matching of Drvayguna with its karma, that can be a good activity. Then you can go for animated PowerPoint presentation on gunas also. Again, Chikitsa Sthana of Samhitas can be referred regarding the clinical application of Drvayguna and Paradigunas, that can be conducted under brainstorm sessions. Then definitely you can go for game-based activity, dumb charades, all those things can be conducted. Then activity-based learning, enlisting the dravyas of specific taste, right? Then matching activity, like matching of specific rasas with their guna karma, can be definitely conducted. Making flashcards, then cramming, that is memorizing, is also very important. Memorizing the dravyas of the Shaimani Ganas. Then fishbowl activities, like picking the chicks, like pick and speak type of competitions can be conducted. Shloka recitation, that can be an activity. Rather, it can be an activity in every NLH for 15 to 20 minutes. Then you can conduct symposia also. Then talk and chalk activity, like on Vidya Vidya and Ashtavidya Vidya, making charts of the Ravyas from Bhav Prakash Nigantu. All those things can be done. Then Beshjavacharani Adhyaya. So this chapter actually, it is newly added to the syllabus. So where different concepts are there, clinical conditions also there. So that can be done in non-lecture activities. Then what we can do is case-based learning. So we can either we can take the students to the ward, showing the case, what are the different medicinal plants can be used in which form, because in one condition you can use churna, in one condition you can go for kashaya, like that. So that can be discussed in front of the patients, or you can definitely create a mask with case sheets. You can only create the conditions and you can ask the students to select particular drug in the given conditions. Such things can be practiced. So with this, I would like to conclude. Uh, I feel I have given only like done justice to the topic which is given to me today, and I would like to thank all the people who have joined this webinar. Um, I humbly request all the experts are there in this webinar to suggest me, and also we can have a discussion on this particular topic. And I would like to thank Vishwa Ayurveda Parishad and all the office bearers of Vishwa Ayurveda Parishad for giving me this opportunity, and thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for explaining each and every point of the UG syllabus. Now the forum is open for the discussion. There are so many points in chat box.
That I'm just going through. Yeah. If there are questions, I'll just start answering.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Please clarify NLH 250 and NLH practical. So here, total NLH, even practicals are also included under NLH, that is non-lecture hours. So 75 hours where you are doing the activities pertaining to paper 1 and paper 2. To be specific, there are 39 NLH hours which are specified for paper 1 and 36 hours which are specified for paper 2 in our syllabus. And again, that can be, you can just change the numbers also. It is left to the teacher actually, but effectively you have to you have to able to conduct the NLH activities, and remaining 175 hours, those are dedicated to specifically for conducting the practicals. I think, can you explain the format to conduct different practice? I think I have answered this. Right. Yeah, I just agree with the Sharavati Kamle's opinion, but it is just an effort. Can we develop any evidence or not? That's it. Yeah, I think Madam again has opined the same thing in the next query. Gunas success only by the Gunas. Yeah, Dr. Ramya Madam also said gunas of dravyas are assessed only by. Yeah, I do agree. But once karma has happened, we'll be able to know, like Esya Brahmane Karmani Shakti, correct. But before administering, is there any parameter? That was the purpose, okay, to conduct practical. Do we have to do all the drugs given as an example? See, each drug is different. One drug, if we say, okay, it is Guru, another drug is also Guru, but then may not be equally Guru. So again, this may be an option for us to say, okay, which is more Guru, which is less Guru. That's why all these examples are given, and teachers are given an option also to select other drugs also. Okay, there is no restriction. Because why these 8 drugs are given, sometimes we may not get all the drugs. At least few among those lists can be selected. Yeah, Rosi Gupta has commented like oils are Guru but have specific gravity less than 1. Okay, these are developing the evidences, that's it. I agree. The only valid proof is the impact of karma in the human being. That is correct, exactly correct. But how to develop the parameters, that is a question of the art. I think Dr. Ramya Krishnan, the language which is used here is we should not waste our time in useless things, ignoring the intended things. I think it is not to convince uh, like other scientific people, but being Ayurvedic practitioner, I should develop my own understanding. So that is the purpose. Definitely, we are not at all wasting our time. I can't call it as a useless things, um, because nothing is waste in the world. So it's all in our understanding, like how we can develop or how we can convert those things into useful things. It's all in our hand, and maybe we need to develop our you know understanding in better way. So definitely we can understand, we can give scientific touch to the topic. Parthivad, Ravi and for the rasa are not taken. Why Ayurvedic parameters? So it's not like you can't take it like that. Always there is explanation in our classical text. That is a base for us. We always believe whatever there in the classical text in all the samhitas like Charaka, Sushruta or Vagbhata or anywhere. What is there in that? That is the best thing which we have. So based on that, that is first, no doubt. Whatever we do, like Parthiva, it is Guru, all these gunas are mentioned. That is there. That is there. But these, like how we can understand it, that is the point which we have discussed. That's it. Definitely, you have to take that. Guru, Lagu, all those things which are said for Parthivadi Mahabhutas should be the base. Chemical properties, clinical application. Yeah, I do agree. That's what I stressed on the point. Instead of such practicals which assess the physical and chemical properties, it is like to establish some evidence. No doubt we are all clinicians. We need to try it or apply it in our clinical practice. That is the first and foremost things which we need to. I think, yeah, most of them, they have a point like that. Correct. I do agree with that. Whatever may be the thing here, one thing is we have to keep in our mind, everything happens with a trial and error method only. Like whatever the good thing is there, we need to adopt first, and we have to like give a thought on the whatever the wrong things which is happening.
Sir, may I ask a question, sir? I am Dr. Mallikarjun speaking.
Namaste, sir. Yes.
Namaste, sir. Sir, about one thing I need to know about, clarity about.
Yeah.
Specific gravity is measured for few drugs. It's mentioned in syllabus,
Yes.
practical syllabus. How it is done, like urine specific gravity we do similarly for the drug. Is it right? It's my doubt on how to do. Please.
To conduct a specific gravity explanation, there is established method. Only that method has to be done. It is not limited to the drugs which are said. As I said, no, specific gravity is also a parameter to know whether it is Guru or Lagu, whether it is Parthiva or whether it is Vayava and all. It can be conducted with all the drugs. So if you are conducting for many drugs, definitely it is a very good contribution. You are developing so much good evidences. But given the time limit which we have, we may not be able to conduct all those things. Here, the very purpose is to have an exposure to the students. We are conducting all these practicals. Maybe like several colleges, it is little difficult because I heard saying that wherever PG is there, it is quite easy. But no doubt, all the faculty members are equally knowledgeable and equally talented, which equally skillful. So anybody can conduct all those things. Maybe 1 or 2 times we all have to work. Once we are perfect with the experiments, the second year onwards, I think we are masters in it. That same thing which will be with you also, sir. Mallikarjun, sir. So if you conduct once.
Sir, may I repeat my question, sir?
Yes.
May I repeat my question?
Yes.
Sir, I am asking about how to do the specific gravity test for the drugs. Even like with the urine specific gravity.
No. You have, specific gravity. We have, specific picnometer methodology we have, no? You want me to explain it? We have picnometer method, like for example.
Please, sir.
So there are formulas. Which are there. I have not explained it in this session. Actually, I'll just give you the explanation also. Like we have experiment, like instruments which are required for all these experiments to conduct. So when it comes to specific gravity, we know we can conduct specific gravity of solid also, specific gravity of liquid also. Like picnometer is very like easy instrument, a glass instrument which you can conduct, and there are like other experts also, they have given other methods also. But when it comes to specific gravity of liquid, you need to prepare kashaya of particular drug, and that has to be filled to that picnometer, and you have to note the volume of it, and you have to remove that decoction, and then you have to try with the plain water. The difference you get, that has to be calculated with the formula. So that will give us specific gravity. This is a standard method which is followed everywhere. Okay, not only for urine and all, it is followed everywhere. So that can be adopted effectively in our practical class also, and it is easy. It is not difficult. Like you can prepare kashayas of 5-6 drugs. All together, you can definitely measure the volume of it.
Sir, may I know the interpretation of this specific gravity related?
I have said
is it like Guru and Lagu.
Yes.
To interpret this Guru and Lagu.
Okay. 1 minute.
Yes, sir.
1 minute. 1 minute.
Is it so, sir?
Yeah, I'll just give you the details regarding that. Please wait for a minute. Okay. So specific gravity we conducted for Parthiva Dravya also. Okay. So interpretation here is, if the specific gravity, if it is more, okay, then you can say it is Parthiva Dravya. The specific gravity may be more in Parthiva Dravyas as compared to other Mahabhuta. This is the interpretation. I think I have told it at the beginning only. This is a hypothesis. So because the principle of specific gravity here is, the specific gravity for the solid, it is relative weight of a solid compared to that of the weight of an equal volume of the water. Okay, so that is the principle here. So when it comes to specific gravity of a Parthiva Dravya, it is comparatively more when it comes to other Mahabhuta. This is the interpretation. You have understood?
Sir, with such interpretations, it is known that Parthiva Dravya will be Guru, others
That's
will be Lagu, sir.
It is more. That's why it is more.
The thing is, this is a question encountered by my in this particular
Yeah, it is more.
topic.
Again, I said
what he counts.
Hypothesis. It is hypothesis. We are in the process of developing the evidences. That's what. Can we understand this like that? And here,
Sir,
as you said, this in the Guru Guna Dravya, Guru Guna Yukta Dravyas, it is more. The specific gravity is more than 1.
Yes, sir, it is understood. My student
You are not here. Your voice is breaking here. Please come to the place where you have good signal. Your voice is breaking. Please repeat.
Yes, sir. Am I audible now, sir?
Oh, yes, you are clear.
Sir, my student have encountered a question about this in this situation when I am doing about the specific gravity for Parthiva Dravyas. He asked me a question that to interpret Guru Guna of Parthiva Dravya, it is done so.
Correct. That's what I said. No, Guru Guna.
Yes,
all
sir.
These things are said in our classical text for Parthiva Dravya. Correct.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
That's what we are just proving it. That's it. With this.
Yes, sir. It is. Sir, it is continued, sir. The question not yet completed. And he asked me about Guru is heavy to digest, Lagu is Lagu to digest. So in this, if it is to be interpreted, this specific gravity cannot
I think
match.
You have to clarify there. Guru Guna and Guru Vipaka, I think you have to segregate it. Okay. So Guru, that doesn't mean that it is heavy to digest. Only Guru Vipaka Dravyas are heavy to digest.
Sir, both have no difference, no, sir. Please.
Yeah, no. Vipaka is different from Guna, no?
Yes, sir, different so. But Guru is heavy to digest, Lagu is easy to digest, right, sir?
That depends on the quantity, no, sir. There are other things. There are other things which are influencing the number of hours or the time taken for digestion. It is not only Guru or Lagu will decide everything. There are other factors.
Sir, it might influence by quantity.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you.
Namaste, sir.
Yes, ask.
Namaste, sir. I wanted to ask, sir, is Parthivadi Dravyas according to Sushruta is included in the syllabus or not, sir?
No, we have considered all the concepts of all the Samhitas. But here the examples given are basically which are having like both, that examples have both Guru and Lagu Guna, right?
No, sir. My question is, sir, in syllabus, is it?
Yeah, we have taken all the references of all the samhitas. That is the like backbone of all our concepts.
Okay. Hello.
Madam, lot of disturbance is there.
Hello.
Hello. Yeah, you're audible.
Yeah.
Namaste.
Sir, means Parthivadi Dravyas,
Yes.
Shushmita's classification is different. So that is included or not? Just this much is my question, sir.
Where? In which part you are asking?
In Dravyad, sir.
Yeah, Dravya it is there. In Dravya chapter it is there.
Okay. Because you told only the Vishanti gunas and all that's why I asked, sir.
No, it is there, madam. Those are the basic things. I didn't discuss much on theory part.
Okay, sir.
Yeah, thank you, ma'am. Let me go through the few queries which are there. What can the teachers do as no apparatus are provided? Should I answer this query or not? I'm not sure. Okay. Availing facilities actually, it all depends on the college and concerned institutes. But my sincere request is to have at least simple equipments which are not costly. Okay, so I think the concerned authority should be convinced to give all these minimal equipments which help us to develop certain evidences. That's it. Like Patochment studies, network morphology, etc. for the students to make them know. But at this stage, it should have been considered content. Thank you. Yes. Any other queries? Meanwhile, I just go through. Gangadhar sir, I think you are right. That is, in remote areas like Kapatta Gudda, geotag photo can't be taken. I think geotag photo will be, it can be taken maximum places. But now I think it is ensured that signals are available. Maybe if there is no possibility, I think wherever they are collecting the drug, so that place can be taken. This is my suggestion, Gangadhar sir. So Pavan sir has written something. I just go through. Digital herbarium is also a bad idea. What I feel. Okay. Right. I do agree with that, but given the condition with many colleges, this was implemented. Again, new MES will be made available shortly, like MSR, that is minimum standard required. So I think there you will get all the details regarding the instruments and equipments which are there to be there in the department. I think that will be made available. Okay, I do agree with Dr. Anita Gayatri. She has a point that it is little difficult for the UG students to go through with all those things. But given the competition which we have and given the future which we have to keep in our mind, I think we need to give an exposure to all the students. with different experiments. I think one more advantage with that is right now we don't have any established information regarding the particular concept. This may kindle some interest among the students, who may think differently also. So that may be a new information which may come in our way. So that is a possibility. We hope for it. Yes. Yeah, any other doubts? I'm just going through the chats.
डॉक्टर शिवाचार्य सर, आपकी बहुत सारी क्वेरीज रहती हैं, पूछे सर क्या आपकी क्वेरीज हैं? डॉक्टर शिवाचार्य फ्रॉम बुरहानपुर, मध्य प्रदेश।
Namaste, sir. Yeah. Who is online, please? Namaste, madam. Namaste.
Namaste, sir. I wanted to know the
Madam, your voice is not clear. Can you repeat once? Ekala Dravya?
Observation.
Yeah.
Observation table.
Yeah, Proforma is shared in the NCISM portal, madam. Madam, you are not there in the idea group? Madam, you are not clear. It's not clearly audible. Madam, are you there in our idea group?
No, sir. No, sir.
Okay. Okay, you just share your number. I'll share the Proformas. Is it okay, madam?
The observation tablet label.
Madam, your voice is breaking. I can't hear you properly.
Sir, I am writing a chat.
Yeah, I'm just going through the chats. That is true, because we need to be perfect in most of the concepts. Then only we will be able to answer to the students' queries. So correct, students will counter us in many ways. That is 100% true. But we need to gear up. We need to be ready with our informations. So I think, and definitely it should be VAP-Sambhasha. So it's not like that we can't consider anybody less. Everybody will be having their own ideas. So if we have a good discussion, I think we can come out with good things. Thank you, Dr. Shweta. And yeah, correct, Rosie madam. And it will be there in the MSR. Yeah. Correct. Kanu, I think. Teachers should have been trained first, and one workshop have been conducted by NCISM. That was our proposal actually. Many times we have requested, but they have asked us to make some videos, and that's been shared in NCISM portal. Maybe I think in certain states it's already conducted. So in Karnataka, various workshops have been conducted. I feel in Maharashtra also they have conducted many workshops. So like that, the universities, concerned universities of that particular states have taken various steps in conducting workshops. That's been done.
Good evening, sir. I'm Dr. Kanu.
Namaste, madam. Yeah.
Sir, I just wanted to ask, like in the north, so there is a lot of now, because in the north there is no facilities given to us, and even in the private colleges and government colleges, we don't have all these equipments. So what I believe is that for the UG students, it is
Yeah.
very difficult for us to take them to the nearby institutions or universities for TLC or tissue culture, because I belong to Uttarakhand. So I take them to the botanical gardens, especially the altitude plants. That too
Yes.
we can show. But the practical, what you have given in the syllabus is very difficult. And the main thing is that one training should have been conducted for us also, so that we could have learned first.
Madam,
And then, because
Madam.
for the north, there is no training, nothing is being done for the colleges of Uttarakhand, of Punjab, and I think so UP. That is mainly in the south, a lot of trainings are being done. But
Yeah.
they should call us from especially the professors and the HODs from
Yeah.
each college of the state to Delhi to just give us the
Madam.
knowledge about all
Yeah,
these
madam,
institutions.
did you wrote to the concerned university of your state?
Yes, sir, we have Uttarakhand Ayurveda University, but they don't have any equipments in their own university, not even in their government colleges. So we don't know
Okay.
what to do. Even the private colleges, they have a big problem.
Okay.
So that was the main concern.
Yeah.
How can I impart
What is
the
the thing,
knowledge?
madam, here? The NCISM has directed the concerned universities to adopt the syllabus and do the needful, actually. So that has been already given to particular universities of particular states, actually. But there should have been. Have you gone through the videos and all, madam?
No, sir, we haven't, because we have not been provided the videos. What we wanted, that there was one workshop for the principals, because I know that the principal from our college, they
Okay.
had gone to Delhi for the workshops. So I wanted that the heads should also be called to the this main either AIA or other good institutions, so that we can also get the good knowledge for all, how we are going to
That is
conduct
correct.
these experiments, and
Yeah,
how we can.
but the thing is, it should be conducted by the concerned university that's there. But one thing what we can do is, being a well-wisher of you, I can suggest that if any such workshops are being conducted, we can invite you also.
Yeah, sir, please. Because we keep on visiting all these private, field visits to we go. But
Yeah.
there is no workshop from the government side for the heads, especially. Because the heads also want to know about all these experiments, the TLCs, the tissue culture. We don't have nearby also. It's very difficult for us to take our students to other universities for all this. And nobody is giving us permission also. So what we can do is just take them to good botanical gardens, herbal gardens. Even
No,
I take them to altitude gardens.
they'll be made perfect in identification part only, madam.
Yeah.
Assessment
So it is very,
would be difficult, no?
yeah. So, sir, please do convey this message that it should be made compulsory for each and every college to please send their heads for some workshops,
Yeah,
so that we
you
are
are right.
also going to
You
learn
are right,
something
madam.
new from.
Actually, first only we have requested actually to conduct. First, they thought of conducting physical, training. Then maybe because of I personally feel maybe other concern like financial concern, maybe they might have thought other ideas. So that's why they have done some videos and that's been shared in the NCISM portal.
So I'll see, but you just please make sure that we are also called for the workshops, because it's a new thing and we also want to get,
Yeah,
good
definitely.
hand in it.
Yeah,
So
definitely.
then only the students will also be satisfied. No? They are not satisfied with the syllabus.
Yes, definitely.
Chalo, thank you, sir. Do look into it.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
हेलो
नमस्ते सर, शिवाचार्य सर, नमस्ते
सर। वो अभी मैं थोड़ा सा डिस्टर्ब हो रहा था सर, इसमें पूछूं सर?
या
हेलो,
पूछिए सर, नो इश्यू।
हाँ, मेरा एक तो निवेदन यही है सर कि सिलेबस जो है थोड़ा सा हिंदी में यदि किया जाए तो ज्यादा अच्छा होगा।
Syllabus means like teaching, they are telling?
Bilingual,
जी
bilingual.
लैंग्वेज, क्योंकि द्रव्यों के नाम हैं उसमें
हाँ।
जब इंग्लिश में लिखते हैं तो वो एक्चुअली पूरे आते नहीं है समझ में, क्योंकि मेडिसिन का नाम लिखना है, मान लीजिए अश्वगंधा रस्ट लिखना है तो
हाँ।
अश्वगंधा यदि उसको हिंदी में लिखना नहीं आएगा, जो हिंदी भाषी लोग हैं, तो वो तो समझ में नहीं आएगा। तो सारे लैंग्वेज में सिलेबस को बनाना चाहिए।
नो, यू आर आस्किंग फॉर, सर आप पूछ रहे हैं मीडियम ऑफ इंस्ट्रक्शन शुड बी हिंदी और सिलेबस शुड बी प्रिंटेड हिंदी, व्हाट यू आर टेलिंग?
हाँ, प्रिंटेड हिंदी में होना चाहिए सर, या सभी भाषाओं में होना चाहिए जहाँ जो है, जैसी
So that can be done,
इंग्लिश में
sir.
ही
That is
आता
not
है
an
सारा
issue.
लैंग्वेज।
That is not a problem, sir. That is not a problem. But teaching medium, I think it should be English, no, sir?
इंग्लिश हिंदी दोनों है सर, मिक्स है।
No problem, no issue. That depends on the particular college or state, sir. Even local language also equally important.
नहीं, सिलेबस हिंदी में निकलता ही नहीं है, कहीं भी नहीं देखा मैंने सिलेबस को, पाठ्यक्रम को हिंदी में बनाया गया है। कम से कम यूनिवर्सिटी तो बनाए सर, यदि मान लीजिए NCIS में आया है
सही
तो
है, सर,
यूनिवर्सिटी
सही है,
हिंदी में छापे उसको।
सही है, सही है।
पहले हाँ, पहले छपता था सर ये। अच्छा, दूसरा एक क्वेश्चन मेरा था सर, थोड़ा सा निवेदन है कि
हाँ,
जो
सर।
टर्म वाइज एग्जाम करवाते हैं हम लोग,
हाँ, हाँ, बोलिए सर।
जो फर्स्ट टर्म, सेकंड टर्म, थर्ड टर्म किया है, तो महाविद्यालय स्तर पे ये एग्जाम के नंबर मतलब मार्कशीट में कैसे आते हैं ये?
हाँ,
क्योंकि
सर।
बिना यूनिवर्सिटी के कोई भी एग्जाम मान्य नहीं होती।
सर मैं एक बोलूं सर, अभी हम क्या कर रहे हैं, पीरियोडिक असेसमेंट में 30 मार्क्स का है सर। ओके, एक टर्म में 3 पीरियोडिक असेसमेंट करना है, ठीक है? एक टर्म एग्जाम करना है, उसमें आप क्या कर सकते हैं, थियरी तो 100 मार्क्स का कर सकते हैं, मगर प्रैक्टिकल का आप 50 मार्क्स में कर सकते हैं। उसमें आप क्या कर सकते हैं, स्पॉटिंग रख के, ओके, स्पॉटिंग रख के उनको मैक्रोस्कोपिकल फीचर्स आप बोलते हैं ना, वो सब आइडेंटिफाई करने के लिए आप मार्क्स देते हैं, और क्वेश्चन पूछने के लिए 20 मार्क दे के तो 50 कर सकते हैं सर। तो वो तो इम्पोर्टेंट है, क्योंकि 30 मार्क का इंटरनल असेसमेंट है ना, उसके लिए इम्पोर्टेंट है सर।
नहीं, मैन एग्जाम तो सर होती है, मेरा कहने का मतलब ये है कि टर्म वाइज एग्जाम होती है कॉलेज लेवल पे।
कॉलेज लेवल पे होता है सर, करेक्ट है।
और कॉलेज लेवल पे एग्जाम के नंबर अंक सूची में स्टूडेंट के चढ़ते हैं, जबकि विश्वविद्यालय लेवल पे ही एग्जाम के नंबर चढ़ना चाहिए मार्कशीट में। कॉलेज लेवल का एग्जाम का टेस्ट ले सकते हैं आप, लेकिन एग्जाम का तो एक अलग पैटर्न होगा। एग्जाम तो हम ले ही रहे हैं मैन एग्जाम में।
नहीं सर, वो बहुत ज्यादा हो जाएगा। तो क्योंकि एक प्रोफेशनल का 1.5 ईयर होता है ना सर, उसमें 2 टर्म एग्जाम, एक प्रिपरेटरी आप कर सकते हैं कॉलेज लेवल में, उसके साथ 9 पीरियोडिक असेसमेंट करना है आपको महीने में एक। वो ऐसा सोचे तो एक प्रोफेशन में 3 एग्जाम तो यूनिवर्सिटी नहीं कर सकते ना सर, तो इसलिए विश्वविद्यालय में नहीं होगा। आप कॉलेज में लेवल में करके फाइनल एग्जाम विश्वविद्यालय करेगा सर।
हाँ ठीक है सर, वो आपका कहना से पहले भी 1.5 साल का था सिलेबस है, उस समय भी एक ही एग्जाम होती थी।
हाँ,
टेस्ट हम लोग लेते थे बच्चों के लिए, इंग्लिश के लिए
करेक्ट है
टेस्ट तो होते थे,
करेक्ट।
लेकिन महाविद्यालय स्तर पर जो एग्जाम होती है उसके नंबर अंक सूची में बिना विश्वविद्यालय के नहीं चढ़ना चाहिए।
वो
बाकी
तो
ठीक है, देख लीजिए
ये
सर।
तो इंटरनल असेसमेंट के लिए है ना सर, तो कॉलेज लेवल में हुआ तो बस चलेगा।
तो
ये
टोटल
सब
नंबर भी तो जोड़ते हैं सर उसमें।
हमारे ऊपर निर्भर है सर, क्योंकि हम कितना ये क्लियरली हम हाउ वी कंडक्ट द एग्जाम, नो, इट्स ऑल लेफ्ट ऑन अस एक्चुअली, इट्स ऑल आवर रिस्पांसिबिलिटी। थैंक यू सर।
जी जी जी, थैंक यू सर।
थैंक यू। श्रद्धा मैडम।
आचार्य सर, हेगड़े सर, मुझे लगता है
नमस्ते सर।
अपने पास 5-6 मिनट बाकी हैं, 2 घंटे पूरे होने वाले हैं। तो हाँ, तो आचार्य सर आपकी अगर छुट्टी होंगी तो आप उसको लिख के डॉक्टर प्रकाश को भेज सकते हैं या NCISM को भेज सकते हैं, आपकी रिप्लाई आ जाएंगी, हम सब मिलकर उसको रिजॉल्व करेंगे। और मुझे लगता है अगर किसी को कुछ और कहना है तो अपने पास 2-3 मिनट और हैं। मुझे लगातार प्रकाश सर 2 घंटे से बोल रहे हैं, तो अभी हम लोग स्टॉप करेंगे। मीना जी प्लीज एक बार चेक कर लीजिए, किसी को कुछ कहना है तो, और कमेंट लेने तो बात करें।
जी sir, now it's too late, so need to proceed ahead. I think there is a Dr.
Dr.
Praveen
Praveen,
Joshi, just ask.
Namaskar, sir.
Namaste.
My
Sir,
query
yes.
is like that, sir, because in government aided and certain in private colleges are there, less faculties are there. For single faculties, it is difficult to adopt this type of syllabus. Either in MSR, we have to put lecturer, reader, and professor. That will be better idea. And moreover, what I think is that beyond this syllabus thought, after one complete year, we have to reassess or we have to review this syllabus, because there are a lot of hurdles are there in mind of every faculties, and students also. Some students queried me like as whether we are an experimental model, because that which is not proved we are given in syllabus. My mind is saying to that
Yes.
certain researches were counteract, like Samskar. In Jamnagar, there was researches and clearly that mandate these researches. And if we put these researches in syllabus, that will be better idea rather than we are putting enforcedly, means correlation. It is my personal opinion, sir. I welcome that syllabus. It is no problem in that. But
We accept, sir. There should be periodical review of the syllabus. Is accepted.
Yes, sir.
Hope that will be taken into consideration, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes. And regarding that geotag, what we thought in geotag image, we have to broaden the image. Then we have to see the geotag image. So please keep it one geotag image only, and other keep it as same. Means students will grab the structure of the plants. That is my suggestion.
Yeah,
And
that's also okay, sir. At least one the plant geotag photo, one plant, it's okay. Bigger one, as you suggested.
Yes,
all other parts of the plant can be common photos. Correct.
And sir, we propose in Maharashtra also university that the mass case sheet is there. That we required a previous case sheet is better for Drvayguna persons. I discussed with Rog Nidan and Kai Chikitsa faculties too with regard to this case sheet. This case sheet is looks like a parallel to Rog Nidan or Kai Chikitsa faculties. So what our Drvayguna we are adopting treatment aspect. That we should have to concentrate, and please try to change some that in mass case sheet. What Drvayguna, what we think generally that small case sheet is required. Everyone is suggesting like that. So this point, if you consider,
you are telling, sir, it is in detail. You want something which is having little lesser points.
Sir,
so
in previous syllabus it was there, sir.
Okay.
That was better, I think so, as per my mind. In other thing, you are taking much more effort. All faculties, that is also welcome. Syllabus is very much welcome, but this should be counted after one complete batch, sir. That is my one suggestion.
Sure. 100%.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Dr. Praveen. I am requested to Dr. Shrikant Anishetty for overview on this presentation. Dr. Shrikant.
जी मैडम, मुझे बता रहे हैं जी?
हाँ.
नमस्कार जी, नमस्कार सर. माई सेल्फ डॉक्टर श्रीधर अनिशेट्टी. सबका हाँ सर, नमस्कार सर. सबका बात सुन रहा था कि one thing we should understand, all of us, is that whatever the syllabus has been made with a very difficult task, and it's a new, what you call a new path they have taken. We should all appreciate first. Questioning and answering, that will take its own time, but we should appreciate them, and we should understand certain important points, like point wise, like we may have 10,000 to 15,000 industries, Ayurvedic industries in India, but I think very few, I think not less than 100 people are Ayurvedic graduates are regularly working in that. That is a very unfortunate thing. Yeah, in Telangana also, where I belong to, there are 500 plus industries where only one or two. I worked earlier before coming to service, because they don't want any Ayurvedic doctor. They don't, they don't require also, because our knowledge is not so updated. And as a Drvayguna PG or UG, there are many things to discuss. I think it will take a lot of time. But there may be there are certain corrections it may require, certainly, because in case of viscosity or other things, they have just put like that. And email, you can do a very good suggestion. You can do a practical, and you can suggest the committee or NCISM, and they are open to that. That also we should appreciate, because it's a new thing, a very new thing, and it will have its own implications. Because after learning Drvayguna, what to do, because in our what you call practice also, we use very less single drugs, and polyherbals also, whatever we are getting from the industry, we are using. We don't have any idea. Sir clearly explained, this is a experiment to a syllabus where a certain idea can be taught. Nobody can master of Guru Guna and Lagu Guna, and they can tell everything. And now present era, there a humble effort has been made by the syllabus, wherein they are trying to do certain things. Many of us, we don't see the NCISM website, and we just already first year has over, and how to do the internal marking and everything. The college knows how to do this. Now there is no need discuss these things, and we only ask to put internal marks. And these are all the things there, and whatever suggestions are there, please, I think sir is also open to receive those suggestions, and we should tell sir, this what we have done experiment, and we are getting these problems, so then they will rectify it. Before doing anything, I think we should not comment and on our part. And many efforts are going in Maharashtra and Karnataka for getting these experiments to be done. I think in PG level, I think that should be introduced first. I think. But in UG level only they did. It is a little bit Herculean task, but I think we should overcome it over a period of time. And there is no harder and faster rules, because sir, आपने syllabus में लिख दिया, एग्जाम में तो थियरी एग्जाम में तो एक पेपर आएगा, आपको तो बाहर से आएगा, अगर प्रैक्टिकल वगैरह तो आपको ही करना है, आपके यूनिवर्सिटी के एग्जामिनर्स आएंगे, वही आएंगे, तो आप जो लगाएंगे वही करेंगे, आप जो किया है वही लगा दीजिए, वो तो ठीक है, वो तो। और वो जो गूगल टैग का वगैरह, तो वो छोटी सी बात है। ये तो इतना हजारों फोटो निकालते बच्चे, गूगल तो उस जियो टैगिंग तो कुछ बात ही नहीं है आजकल तो। और जो आपको एक्स्ट्रा वर्क करना है तो कर ही सकते हैं, फिजिकल लेना है तो ऐसा नहीं है कि नहीं लेना है ना। ऐसे ये तो बहुत सारे चीज अपने को समझना है और एक्सपेरिमेंट्स करना है। तो आई रिक्वेस्ट ऑल द टीचर्स ऑफ Drvayguna to do certain experiments, and they can post in the YouTube or somewhere, they can, it will be helpful to the other faculty members. We are taking the help of pharmacy people here, local pharmaceutical jo colleges hai, we are taking help of them, and we are trying to procure small what you call instruments for this. I think this is a fair enough thing to start in Drvayguna. I congratulate all the team, and basically Anil Shukla ji and Meena ma'am, because this is we can discuss up to any extent, but we should also suggest good things and not questioning every time. We should suggest certain things. I congratulate Meena ma'am and Prakash sir and Anil Shukla sir to taking this effort. Thank you very much, sir. Thanks. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. We should not now to stop because it's too late. I am requested to Dr. Vinayak Bhatt for a vote of thanks.
Yes.
Dr. Bhatt.
Okay. Namaste to all. It was a very nice presentation by Prakash sir. All the things he has covered, and special thanks from the Drvayguna faculty from Vishwa Ayurveda Parishad to Prakash Hegde sir to enlighten about the new syllabus, especially practical as well as theory. And thanks to all the delegates who are attended this webinar. Thanks to all for attending. And we will update and Continuous discussion is required. Satata adhyanam vadam paratantravalokanam sadvidacharya seva cha buddhimeta karogana. So we have to discuss again and again and get the wisdom out of it. Thank you one and all. Namaste.
Dhanyavad. Now we will close this session with the Shanti mantra. Please close eyes. Om Sarve Bhavantu Sukhinah Sarve Santu Niramaya Sarve Bhadrani Pashyantu Ma Kashit Dukha Bhag Bhavet. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. So namaskar to all and Shubharatri. Good night. Thank you, Prakash sir.
Namaste. Thank you for the opportunity. Thank you so much. Thank you, Shraddha. Thank you, Dr. Meena Madam, Dr. Anil sir, Vinayak Bhatt, everybody. Thank you so much. It was very nice opportunity given to me. Thank you so much.
It was very good, sir. Thank you.
Very nice to connect on this platform. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.